This video is about how I went from a freelance graphic designer to a design agency owner. And the agency I'm talking about is, of course, Designer. I will break down step by step things you need to do and the advantages and disadvantages of this transitions and much more. This way you will be well prepared on your journey of starting your very own design agency. Also, before starting, if you want to take notes, do pause this video right now and you can get up and find a book or a pen. 2020 was the year when I started freelancing. I still remember my very first client. Her name was Mary, and she saw a packaging design project which I uploaded on Behance. And she wanted me to work on her spices brand packaging. I think I charged her around 20,000 rupees, which was a pretty big deal for me back then. After getting that one client, I really had the confidence of telling my friends, my family members, and everyone literally that what I do and what are my services. And within 2 months, I already had around 2 to 3 clients. One of them was this cloud kitchen brand called Cura. I also made a video about designing their logo and packaging on Instagram. And another one was for a friend's brand. One thing that tremendously helped me in my freelance journey and still does is showing my work to the world. When I made my first Instagram post on 26th July 2020, I did not care what other people were thinking about it. This attitude of not caring and not having any self-doubt is probably the reason why you are seeing this video today. Now let's jump 2 years later to 2022. This was the year when I was posting a lot of videos. I posted brand packaging and logo design, which leads us to our first step of define your niche and services. Since the start, I was very clear with my services and what I was offering. Frankly, I did not know anything else. And because of this, a lot of people approached me on my DMs and also on call. Oh yeah, for the longest time, I used to have my number on my Instagram bio. If I wanted to, I could have posted videos about video editing or how to design a website or any other thing. But I stuck to content which I wanted to design for other people. I remember posting a packaging design project of a coffee brand as a reel, and within 3 days my inbox was filled with inquiries of real clients looking for packaging designs, and that too for a coffee. So I learned that post what you want to get back as work in future, because when you show up in front of a camera and show your audience your process, the way you think and your work, it builds credibility, and that attracts the audience much more. With this, I was building a strong brand, which is our second step. People started calling me the logo design guy. I basically was creating content for 2 types of people. One were the clients who would see those videos and approach me for work, and second were the students in design colleges who would learn from my process. Building this brand of myself as well as an online presence gave me a head start in my career of building my very own design agency. With the videos doing well on social media, getting clients wasn't a problem at all. But with more and more clients, it was quite difficult to cater to everyone. One trick I used then was to increase my rates very high and work with only those clients who can afford my services. But that too didn't last for long. Still more and more inquiries kept coming in even though my rates were very high. Then finally, I decided to hire someone to help me out with a few projects. Keep in mind, I had no experience of hiring, delegating work, team management or team building, anything. But I took that step because frankly, I wasn't able to do everything on my own. In around July, I put out a story on Instagram that I'm looking for a graphic designer who is good with logo designs, concepts, presentation design, everything else. Almost 1,300 people applied back then. I was amazed by the response, but not happy for long, because imagine reviewing portfolios of almost 1,000 applications. Then what I did, I hired the first person from all the applications, not as a designer, but as someone who can help me review those 1,000 applications. 2 people really stood out from the rest of the crowd. They were Pankaj and Nikita. They were my actual first hires, which leads us to our next stage, start delegating. Delegation basically is the process of distributing an entrusting work to another person. For the longest time, I thought I was the best logo designer. No one can do what I can do, which was a very wrong approach. It mentally affected my growth. Even after hiring these 2 people, I was the person who still used to brainstorm on the logo ideas, make sketches, attend client calls, and respond to the messages. I used to do literally every single thing. But obviously, this wasn't sustainable at all. It affected my mental health, the quality of my work, and much more. I was not trusting my team. It taught me how not only hiring is important, but also trusting your team members with the important task is. With this learning, if you look now, we are a team of 12 to 15 members. We have 2 managers, 10 designers, and I'm really grateful and proud of it. One key thing which helped me to reach this stage, and the 4th step of this video, is establishing operational processes. This is something which I had no idea about. In fact, I even learned this from Parth, who is the manager at the company. He has a lot of past experience working in a startup for almost 5 years, so he's pretty good with that. It basically includes setting up efficient workflows and project management systems to ensure timely and high quality delivery of projects. A great tool was Notion, which really helped us. I always recommend Notion because I'm not getting paid for it or anything, but it's just that good. We should have an entire dashboard on Notion. On the left side, there are the list of clients. Then we have the department which the project is currently in. I'll also talk about the department later in the video. Then we have human, basically who is working on the project at the moment. And then we have the timeline. Not only that, every single tab of the client was clickable. And once you clicked on it, it opened a sub tab which included all the details about the client, about the project, and how much work has been done. So if this was assigned to anyone new in the team, they know exactly what is there. Okay, now talking about department, I think about 4 weeks ago, we used to have an entire completely different system where we used to have different departments. And like we used to have an entire process of client onboarding and what stages that project will go once it is completed. And the departments were market and research. As soon as the client fills up the questionnaire, the project goes to the market and research department. Their job is to do research and come up with 3 mood board options. Once the client finalizes one mood board, then the project shifts and goes to the design and innovation department. Here the people in this department will work on the concepts, ideas, brainstorm, and basically work hands-on on the project. Then this project will move to the client engagement and deliverables department, where the members are responsible for making presentations or doing any small task based on the client's feedback. And then finally we have the management department, which includes Akash, Parth, and myself. We are responsible to reply to the client messages, manage the team, train the team, and then delegate the work further. Well, this exact thing was actually the process we used to follow a month ago, not right now, which leads to our last stage: adapt and scale. If you know me as a person, you will know that I am someone who does not like to get comfortable. Whenever everything goes right and perfectly as planned, I feel like it's something wrong. It might not be the best thing to think this way, but that's just who I am, and I'm always someone who's looking for much better and more. And this feeling of never being comfortable is something we always follow in our company as well. We have a team meeting every Friday just for feedbacks from the team members and frankly everyone. We understand how the process is flowing, any changes we need to make in the process, and this sense of adaptability really helped us. Remember how I talked about having an entire dashboard and project management system on Notion? Well, we don't use that anymore because we have adapted from that to an app called Asana. Don't get me wrong, I still use Notion every single day. In fact, this script and this video which I have planned was done on Notion itself. And talking about Asana, it's really a nice way to manage and delegate tasks to your team members. Not only that, we have also adapted from having separate departments to now having separate teams, like Team A, Team B, Team C, and Team D. Each team will consist of 2 to 3 members in it. And instead of having every client move from department to department, now what we have done is we have assigned 2 to 3 clients to one single team, and that one single team is responsible to handle the research of the client, the deliverables, the actual designing of it. Every single thing is managed by that one team, and this really helps us because that very team will be working with that client from start to end, so they know everything in and out of that brand. And with more and more clients, we can hire more people and form bigger and larger teams. Well, I think that's all I had to say on how I grew from a freelancer to a 7-figure design agency. And I'm sure I have a long way to go, but I hope you will learn something from this video, and my learnings and my mistakes will help you in your very own journey. I know this was a really long video and I was just talking all the way, but if you have made it till this far, do drop a comment like iPhone and confuse the people who did not watch the video till the end and just went straight up to the comments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you really did, do drop a like on this video. It will help YouTube recommend my video to more designers who want to start their very own design agency. And I will see you in the next one.